I'm Genevieve Bargello.
And I'm Eileen Wurst.
And this is CFB News. Well, one town mystery gets solved today, and that is the provenance of the mine on the outer edges of town. Due to Feast and Hay Richington's advanced tantrum within the halls of the mine, a secret door was uncovered that revealed that the true proprietor of the mine was Arthur Remington. Due to his low social media presence, Arthur Remington posted a statement printed out from the school library, from the community college library, on his office door that explained his history with the mines, how he went there many times as a child to eat sandwiches and met his surrogate father, Jeremy Bucky, there. And it turns out that all along, he was the true proprietor of the mines. This ousted Feast and Hay Richington, who had been taking shelter there. Eileen Wurst is there at Feast and Hay Richington's old apartment. Eileen?
Thank you, Genevieve. I am wearing 5 layers of sweaters because it is quite cold down here in the mines. You might be thinking, though, am I in a mine or a European rave? Because yes, while I am in a cave, there is a lot of fluorescent lighting happening. In fact, I'm about to play a royalty-free pop song, and you will notice that the lights have been set up to match the beat for every single song. So we're going to play that now.
I'm gonna be famous. You'll see my picture everywhere. I'm gonna be famous.
It's amazing, I gotta say. And who knew it fit so well for Famous by Skylar, Cloud, and the Rainbows? So that's exciting. I'm also, you might notice I have some Cheeto dust on my fingers. That is because Feast and Hay had quite a rich snacking section in here. And that's not because I ate any of the snacks. I was trying to pick them up to leave it as a better place than what it once was, so I heard, according to Trout Scouts back in the day when I was a youth. In fact, I'm actually, it might be a bad time to admit that I am quite claustrophobic, and I am, the walls are closing in, and my light's flickering. That's great. Eric, maybe we should go ahead and go. Our light is out, and I am in darkness, aside from the pop lights. So we're just going to keep playing some music until someone comes and gets us. So sending out a little SOS, but also some fun cheer. Don't live in caves. It's not safe. And the mine is not necessarily yours just because it's called a mine. This has been CFB News.
Upon the rope, you are down there.
You've never sounded more VeggieTales.
Which one?
Somehow all of them, but mostly the French piece.
Oh, yes. Well, VeggieTales takes a high ropes course is today's theme.
It's not. It's just high ropes course.
Well, we'll see.
High ropes course is something that Elaine wrote on the episode topic dump quite a while ago, and every time I scroll past it, I go, that intimidates me. Much like maybe somebody approaching a high ropes course. It's been the nice warm day, the first warm day of the new year, and I feel like today's the day. Let's get outdoorsy. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy ropes that are high. Have I ever been on a high ropes course? No. Have you ever been on a high ropes course, Elaine?
Yes, I have.
Thank God.
This will not be like the spa episode. I have
yeah, the spa episode I think is our kind of cautionary tale about doing something you've literally never been to.
Just because you've done a face mask doesn't mean you know about the spa. But yes, I have this is again, Elaine's scouting history has really brought this forward for me. I've done ziplining as well. Do I like high ropes courses? No, I learned that, but I had to teach myself that lesson twice because I kept thinking maybe this time I'll feel different. I'm older, and I didn't. Go figure. Yeah. But I think high ropes courses, we have so much to play with that I think you'll catch on very quickly.
Yes.
And I think it's almost better that you haven't done one because it allows you to be like, is that physically possible? And then I just say, yes. I don't see why not. So yeah. I think
it's perfect. Well, I'm Felicia.
I'm Elaine.
And this is Now Entering Clatfartburg, a comedy world-building podcast where we expand upon the fictional town of Clatfartburg. Before we really dive into this, I do feel like we need to account for the fact that we do have one ziplining character in Clatfartburg that has just been reminding me. I forgot about Edgar Edgars Jr.
Yeah.
So as a brief recap for people, we have the Edgars family. There is Edna Edgars, who is the lovely gardening woman who is now a couple with Wade Domino, Clatfartburg's premier animatronic maker. She has divorced from Edgar Edgars, just a horrible man who makes Mr. Rogers YouTube videos. But they have a son called Edgar Edgars Jr. And Edgar Edgars Jr. got arrested after running a zip line from his house to the water tower and then to the grocery store.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know if we have to include him here, but it feels like maybe a little bit. But I think he is on house arrest with his father.
Yes. So he might have started this, but yeah, he's currently on house arrest with Edgar Edgars, who is also under arrest.
They're both arrested.
Anyway. So I think he definitely had it. Something with him, they've crossed by. He's at least involved, if not was notorious. Maybe he has like the most records.
Yeah, it's either, he either was there every day or was involved in making it.
A little vigilante. Yeah, I mean, I like this idea of he created it, it's his baby, and now he's having to manage it while under house arrest with his father. I feel like that adds a lot. But then now everyone's finally free of him running it hands-on, so they can do kind of more whatever they want is a possibility. I can start with like what my experience with high ropes course
let's
has
start
been.
there.
Paint a little picture for you. So usually you go to a place and you don't necessarily have to have a bunch of trees around. You could probably just pop this up, but it's like it sounds. You're up high, so like
I gathered
like little poles and stuff, and then you just walk around while you're up tall, and you get you're clipped in with your little carabiner situation. And so usually classics would include walking across a rope bridge, but it's like literally just ropes and stuff, There's the weird crawling. It's a wooden bridge situation, but the panels are really far apart. So it's like almost a ladder situation, but horizontal.
Okay.
That's fun. There's one I had to do where I was just straight climbing up stuff, and I had to blindly like hug a giant floating trunk and then shimmy around it to then get to the next thing. That was an interesting experience. I stayed there for a solid 5 minutes. I was like, if I reach out for it, I'm going to die. Like, if I reach out, I'm going to fall. And it's like, sure, this thing's going to catch me, but like my face is hitting this giant wooden thing. So yeah, basically like any dungeon crawler situation game, put it in the sky, and that's what you can get with high ropes course. And then usually the one like I did ended with a tiny little zip line to get back down. But usually to get up, you're straight up going up like a little rickety ladder situation. And I didn't really love that. So maybe that's something we can improve upon.
We can improve upon the ladder situation.
Yeah, I think maybe we can maybe the goal is to make a high ropes course that we would actually possibly consider doing.
Yeah. Do we want this to be cheap or fancy? Do we want this to be like hobbled together by a bunch of volunteers, or do we want like private equity? No, not private equity. I don't want private equity involved in this high ropes course. But do you know what I mean?
I was about to say, if we have a high ropes course and then we were just talking about low ropes courses before, then we could do an upstairs downstairs themed situation. We have dealt with bougie bowling before, so I don't know if that's too close, but
it's true.
We do have the opportunity for a course A and course B, so to speak, or it's all part of the journey.
Yeah.
Are we like crawling up a fake mountain?
Also,
is there a temple?
Not to just bring back something, is Percy Fairway expanding his ventures? We don't have to do it, but it did tickle me for a moment.
Well, he'd have to get a stand-in. I don't think he could physically be there as which would be unfortunate.
Is this to
but
give
maybe
his
he
cousin Danny DeFoto? No, we don't. Okay. By the way, Percy Fairway has a cousin who's a Danny DeVito impersonator who legally changed his name to Danny DeFoto. You don't need to know that. That's not important for this because we're probably just going to move on. But just so that you know, that's something that we have to keep in our brains because of the sick project we do.
Yeah. And the note, when I originally wrote this, I did say that Cole works here. Do we think he works here? Maybe he's doing bartending up in the sky. Wouldn't that be fun?
I don't know if he works here. I think for a little bit we just had him as, you know how some cartoons will have like one guy who works at every store.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point, I think Cole of a year ago would have. But the Cole of now, I don't think so.
No.
He's relaxed more. He has a private detective. It's so hard for me to not put the word investigator after saying private detective. It's like, maybe just because I did it at a pivotal age, you know?
Maybe.
When your brain is most malleable. I see them as a 3-word combo.
I mean, it's our city. It's our county.
Yeah. They can be
Maybe that's
legally
what they
licensed
are.
as private detective investigators there.
Yeah.
But he has a whole like PI business. He doesn't need to work everywhere anymore, I think.
Yeah. No, for sure. For sure. So I have to say, I immediately imagine the low ropes course. I'm wondering if maybe instead of them being separated, you can just choose to get off at one stop, so to speak, on the low ropes course, or you continue and that's how you get to the high ropes course.
Yeah.
So, low ropes course, I think it'd be fun if we started with a ramp. How about we're still walking? How about we're still letting gravity be the thing that keeps us around? How about if I trip, it's fine because I was already on the ground.
So it's like a 30-foot ramp?
No. Well, no. It's just a gentle little, like maybe, like those tiny wooden roller coasters at like fairs that people will bring in. Like they're super tiny. They're not wooden, but they're like these like a tiny little baby track. I imagine that, but a ramp, and you're clipped in, but you're literally just getting used to walking around in a harness, and you're like, okay. I'm going high, I'm going down. Like you're just getting comfortable.
Your first obstacle is a hill.
Yeah, a man-made hill. Your first obstacle is a hill.
I don't not support it, but I just want to put in perspective.
It's and again, it's not just like a straight up ramp. Like you first walk, it's a gentle incline, and then it levels out, and then it goes down a bit, and then you turn.
Yeah, it's really crucial you all understand the curvature of this hill. You have to understand
because it's not a straight up ramp. Yes. We're moving, we're doing things. Now is there theming? Is a great question. We're continuing to go to the sky. So if you're on the ground.
All my suggestions have been very dystopian because I'm like, what if that's just it? What if that's the whole course? I'm like, Felicia, that's depressing. Don't do that.
It's just nothing but walking on a ramp while you're attached to a harness.
Yeah, it's really fucked up.
They have the zip lining. What would you call that? How about zap lining? And it's where you just are a little bit high enough off the ground that your toes can kind of tap on the ground. And then you just kind of gently hop, and that's your zip line. That's zap lining. You go across this little straight, you're kind of like, wee.
Yeah. I mean, I would enjoy that.
It's the equivalent of if you were on a wheelie, like a little roller chair, like a desk office chair. And you were just like, pushing yourself, going, wee. Like, it's the same vibe.
Yeah.
But just like that. I think that'd be fun. Do they allow you to wear a cape? That's a really good question. Because you're up in the air, so fun. Hello, superhero theme. But like also danger. Snag.
I like this like fifth important thing where it's like, well, we need to establish do they not allow capes? It's crucial we know their cape policy. I feel like they can't allow capes. Just if they have any sort of insurance, they can't allow capes.
I think something happened with a cape. Yeah. And I think it might be Edgar Edgars Jr. might be the reason there's a lot of
anti-capes. Yeah.
Anti-cape
I also
stuff.
think
maybe he's part owner and that's an issue, or he just is like a vigilante and he loves this place, but also.
Yeah. I also think a very anti-flip-flop establishment.
Yeah.
Very anti-flip-flop.
Too many people are losing them. We're not doing pedicures.
It's not fun when you get when a flip-flop falls and hits you on the forehead from 15 feet.
Yeah, and you're just doing your little ramp walk.
You're on your ramp walk.
You're on your ramp walk. You're literally ramping up
You're not
for the
here
big
for
show.
the occupational hazard of flip-flops raining down on you from every which way.
No.
As if you were in some sort of fantastical children's novel about weather.
This is actually what the entire caution sign says also on why you can't wear flip-flops. They're very impassioned with all of their warnings and like safety. Yeah, the safety little like class you take before this is very emotionally dense and yes, very in depth.
Okay, I think we need to make this fun.
What, is a ramp not fun enough for you?
No, I'm saying this to myself. I'm like, we need to find the fun here. You know,
we need to find a fun. We need
and by the way, everybody, 16 minutes before I got insecure this time. Look at that.
Hey, we're doing
That's
better.
a better record. It was the OCD being like, you've been too mean and not been supportive enough.
You let me talk about the ramp for so long. That was incredibly supportive. Are you kidding me? You even let me clarify my ramp when no clarification was needed, or dare I say wanted. But you let me.
We spent 5 minutes on the ramp.
We really did. When I kept saying ramp, I didn't mention this, but they're painted purple and blue with little like orange stripes randomly. Like it's like I would imagine a 90s color scheme. Paint. It's not like other high ropes courses. There's colors. We painted no beige momming here. Ropes, you think tan? I say.
Oh my god! I just remembered a really bizarre experience, and I feel like this feels like something that would be at a ropes course. Okay. At my school, at one of the schools I went to, I was like in 6th grade at the time. We went on a community building day to this like fun fair. Now this was not fun fair, like a woodsy place, which is very different from a fun fair. So I don't know how I mixed that up. This was also the trip where I insisted I will drive the canoe and then beached us all essentially, but that's not the point. That's a story for another day. I miscalculated. I didn't have experience. It wasn't just me. There were other people involved. And on the way back, the other girl bailed because there was a spider in the front of the boat and she got too scared. So then I had to paddle all 3 of us all the way back. Anyway, this is not the point. There was a big disc and the team building challenge was that you had to find the way to stand on the disc so that it would not tilt. It was this big wooden disc and you all had to stand in the right spots. And there's a certain way that you can do it where then it won't tilt and it'll be perfectly flat. And there were all these weird team building exercises, you know?
No, I think this 100% fits in.
Exactly.
I think because I recall doing this shit now as well.
Yeah.
From Scouts.
Yeah.
It's all coming back because there's that one where there's those low platforms and then they give you like wooden planks and you have to figure out how to get everybody to this one part. But with your certain amount of wooden planks. And I'm going, this is a piece of wood between 2 wooden platforms and I, like, human, am gonna walk across this. I have weak ankles. I don't want to fall, and I don't want this thing to like snap on me. I like the danger element,
and I feel like the safety warnings are really coming from your child self, really wanting more regulation on these.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of bonkers. I was like, that's a 5th grader.
Excuse me?
A whole like what? Excuse me? Okay, I'm not even like harnessed in. I'm like 2 feet off the ground. That's crazy. Like that's a lot. I was in Ohio. There could have been poisonous worms, okay?
Are there poisonous worms in Ohio?
What do you call a caterpillar?
Okay.
Okay.
Just, okay.
Like, I know you're gonna think that I had that pre-planned. I know you're gonna think that was something I really
great,
cooked
Elaine.
up.
It felt like
it came out of nowhere.
Like I walked into a trap you made me because I was like, I know she doesn't have a response to this, you know, but yet I still said, "Are there poisonous worms in Ohio?" And you went, "A caterpillar." And it felt like I felt like I was the one that was in the wrong, you know.
And I don't know why I felt the need to do a gotcha because I didn't have anything planned. That's the thing.
It's
like
not
your
even a
instincts
gotcha.
were right.
It just felt like it was because none of it is a gotcha. Because you said no, essentially, you know. But it.
Can there be photo ops that are horrible throughout this entire course?
Absolutely.
The camera, you don't know where the camera is. You just get a flash, which is also the worst thing you want when you're, I don't know, trying to balance. I also, and we'll go back to a more cohesive thought, but I think it'd be funny if anytime someone does fall, a little boyoing sound effect is made. A little penny whistle going.
How do we feel about Possum? I'm feeling possum for this.
Oh,
some level of possum
am.
branding or theming on some level.
I
think possum.
2 feet in.
30
To the
feet
pool.
up.
2 feet in, 30 feet up. I'm with you on the low and I am up there in the high.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm there with you
idea.
on the ramp.
Okay, baby possums don't just learn how to crawl immediately. We all know they walk up hills. That's the whole point.
Yeah, their parents make them specifically constructed ramps.
And baby possums are called rats, and what the rats do is they like burrow in houses and they crawl up hills, and then they get big enough that they eventually become the adult form possum.
Is this
and
true?
That's when they do their stuff. Yeah, rats are possums. Just like if they live long enough, then they get to be a possum.
I understand what was going on. I didn't understand that the first part was you telling a fib. And now I understand what has happened.
I didn't mean to get you back to back.
I know it's been done to me.
This feels like it's an attack, and it's.
I don't know. It seems reasonable that a baby possum could be called a rat.
No, it does. It does,
sounds
though,
reasonable.
right?
And then
I kind of
it
like
strained credulity the further you went, and then I realized, the joke she's making is genuine. And there was a brief moment where I was like, "Wait, what does Elaine think possums do?"
My friend only lies to me. I have to remember this. She only lies to me. I had a friend at
to
trivia.
be fair, I in the first minute said you sound more VeggieTales than you've ever sounded, so I think this is fair as a good get back.
Yeah, this is balancing.
I did tear you down in the first 30 seconds, so I think it's
Who knew
fair
that?
you get
Who
me
knew
back.
who knew that this episode itself would be the balancing act?
Oh my goodness.
My God.
So it's 22 minutes and we've done no high ropes.
Love it. We can get up there. So I think boom, you're up there. You officially get like clipped into the bigger stuff.
Yeah.
There's always people, the workers are always like stationed around the place, and then they can come get somebody if they like freeze in fear. They're like, let's come get you. Or if you fall, they like go get you back up. So I think you come across the first worker once you enter more of the high ropes course, and I think maybe that can help set a tone for what comes next.
Yeah.
So what's the vibe?
I didn't have a vibe for the worker. I did just think, what if there is a giant possum?
Real or not real?
Not
Because
real.
I'm down for both.
Like
Cool.
30, 40 feet tall possum. And it is
Bro.
watching you, its babies, learn how to explore the world.
Oh my God. Are the harnesses like little furry and you get like a little tail situation? And you are a possum.
They can be. You are a possum.
Can the possum's name be like Plum or something?
Sure.
Something goofy?
Yeah, I like her.
Plum the Possum.
And I think some people are very scared of this giant possum. Like, I like her,
Yeah.
but there is a community that is very scared by this possum.
Yeah, I guess I need to know, is this possum statue situation more on the cartoonish side, or is it trying to be like realistic?
I was picturing cartoonish, but I like realistic much better.
I want this to be verging on taxidermy vibes, I think, actually, throughout this entire situation. I think it'd be really funny if a taxidermy business had paired up with a high ropes
how'd they
course
get that possum that big?
Hi, possum.
30 feet tall. They kill Possum Bigfoot?
The world's biggest possum came from Clatfartburg. And it does have that as a plaque. And people question it.
Yeah.
They're not sure. Because,
just like I'm unsure of everything you say now. I know the feeling.
Look, if Poppins Rimblesby, the legend,
Yeah.
could have been mocked up, I say giant possum.
Yeah.
I think something to clarify, since I'm going to have to write the title of this episode. How do we spell possum in this household?
Possum?
Thank God, because I think this OP shit is stupid.
What?
OPPOS.
Oh.
Opossum. Yeah.
Opossum. I forgot about the opossum. Is
Yeah.
opossum the same animal?
I think technically they're different but the same, but I didn't want to, if I left off that O, and I want everyone going into this because I think we might have to like say something because I know this can get contentious.
Our statement, we do not recognize the O in opossum.
We're going to record a 30-minute manifesto separate
and that's
from this.
the issue we want to really
that's
stand on
yes.
right now. That's where we want to.
That's the most important thing right now.
Okay, so we have this. We have the framework of the giant opossum. I'm so sorry. The giant possum. Whoa. Wow. I'm on thin ice. I'm going to get kicked out if I do that 2 more times. And you have the harnesses where you are possums.
Yes. Does that mean you're upside down?
We're not gonna worry about that. I mean,
we're not gonna worry about it.
How would they be upside? Oh no. My brain was like, but if you have them like this and the ropes go up, you would just fall down. And I'm like, oh, you can get strapped in upside down. I understand now.
Maybe there's a stretch where they've like made a little tunnel and everything's upside down.
You can pay for the true possum experience, where you do go through upside down and you get a wellness
do it at midnight.
Check. You do at midnight and upside down, and you get a wellness check. But yeah, so that's the late night. You go through at midnight, upside down, and you do get like health tests in between each, because they can't legally like keep you upside down for that long because it's not good for you.
Yeah, so I guess it's just someone with a blood pressure cuff at the ready.
Yeah, you have to break for like 20 minutes in between each segment, so it takes like 4 hours. So it's really expensive.
They do tournaments. It's like a real like thing. I think what's that weird ESPN 2? ESPN has like a weird channel where it's just like competitive tag and rock skipping and stuff like that. And I think they're trying to get on ESPN 2 or whatever it is. And I think they have a good shot.
I think so. I think they could.
I don't know what they would call it, the possum run or something, but it's like a unique course.
I mean, platforming is like possum platforming, but it doesn't feel right. It sounds like some sort of business maneuver, B2B situation that I'm not a fan of.
You know, I don't know too much about possums aside from the whole, like, they've got the pouch.
And you know what? Maybe they don't know more about possums than that.
Nah, they just are like, possums surely can do other things, right? Maybe they think a possum has flying squirrel type abilities.
Yeah.
And that's not quite right. But I do think whoever wins gets their own little, I was going to say a little taxidermy possum, but that seems a bit aggressive.
I'm vetoing. I think a fun little possum trophy.
A fun little possum trophy. It's very cute.
Yeah. Okay, we need to find out a few more obstacles, because we haven't figured out a single high ropes obstacle. Really, all we have so far is the ramp and the giant possum when you really get down to it, and some warning signs.
Okay, so I think when the ramp ends, I think you have to climb up a pole.
Wait, but the ramp's a circle. How does the ramp end?
Well, there's the option to then branch off to the high ropes course or keep doing the low ropes. So there's a little branch off moment, and I think it'd be fun if it was a pole situation with like little like pegs coming off. So you're like climbing up that. You're climbing the tree. You're becoming a possum. And then I think I would really like a spinning element.
Of course.
I want to bring horror now. Something evil just opened in me and I felt it and I'm ready.
Do it.
So I think there are some like hanging discs that are spaced out far enough that you're going to have to jump to them. And I think the hanging discs have like a rope on them. Like, do you know those like swings where it's just a rope and then like a frisbee at the bottom?
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Imagine that, but spaced out. So you have to jump onto these and then you have to like kind of swing yourself around to then get to the next one.
Yeah.
And the next one.
I would love if like the low ropes course is literally a ramp and the high ropes course is a ninja warrior course. Like it's like just the difficulty jump is insane. It's just completely
like a bunch of high schoolers are like, yeah, let's do the high ropes
course. And the ramp
course.
is like, we'll prepare you for it. And then you get to the high ropes course, you're like, what?
The first thing I'm doing is taking a giant leap like
onto unstable platforms. Yeah, awesome.
And so many people fall during that first time. So you just hear a lot of like screaming while people are like dangling above one of the like comm ramps, the ramp that's in its
you know, it's probably my most exposure to high ropes course, the Sweet Life on Deck movie that we have recorded a commentary track for, because they do a high ropes course in that film. Just for reference, everyone.
They do. You know what? I think when you do high ropes course, you also are given 5 purple balls. These are your 5 plums. If you are able to maintain your 5 plums, you get a reward at the end. And it just has to be 5 plums in general. If you lose them, but other people on the ropes have them, you can try to steal it from them. But you must be fast and furious and scurrying. away. So
The scavenging nature of the possum.
yeah, we're really bringing in the essence of, because the possum's life is hidden in the shadows, hissing, and then I imagine they're trash lovers. And I imagine, like, you know, they're gonna want to covet these things. So, you know, I think like maybe something happens at some point, because possums get rabies. That's kind of their thing. That's their jam and jelly.
Apparently possums and opossums are different things, but we're just going to keep calling them possum.
Perfect. Perfect.
So don't worry about it.
Yeah, good. Okay. So I think like, yeah, and I imagine it as like a tool belt situation is where all your possum plums are. So after you get through, you've hopped through the discs, and maybe that's you hopping from trash can to trash can, so to speak, or whatever would make sense. Maybe people lose an average of 1 plum just off the bat.
Yeah.
You know, but I think that's our first section. What would you like to happen next to this possum?
Oh boy, what could happen to the possum? Maybe we have dodging traffic. Dodging traffic. So maybe this is a sort of Frogger based course where you have different like wood slow moving cars, not heavy. They're like cutouts. Okay. But you have to like kind of jump between 3 or 4. It's basically Frogger. You have to go between or Crossy Road for the youths, me, and you go between each of those different like rows, and then have to get around the cars and things like that.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how this works. Imagine it in a way that works in your head. Fix that problem yourself.
I think it's easy. You just have like workers on a platform behind a thing, and they just like push it forward and back, you know?
Yeah.
That's just someone back there is literally just rowing the boats, so to speak, pushing the car back and forth all day. They're ripped by the end of the summer.
Yeah. That's how Cole got buff that one year.
That is. Well, I like the idea too, if you're like, oh gosh, it's gonna hit me, and then it's hitting you, and you just kind of like keep getting nudged by it, and you're like, and then you fall.
Yeah.
And then the boing happens. I like the idea of people also on the low ropes course are slowly gathering other people's plums before they get up there, because people are dropping them, so they're just grabbing them while they can.
Yeah.
The plums, to be clear, because I realize now that's hypocritical after the big flip-flop announcement that we made. The plums do not get dropped in the section of the low ropes. You have to get off the low ropes if it's right next door. Like, you could easily pop over and get it, but no one's getting attacked.
They're also
by
softer,
a
I would say.
Yeah, I imagine it's like stress ball like material.
That's heavy.
The plum? A stress ball?
Yeah. I think I just had a lot of sand-filled stress balls as a
Oh,
kid.
yeah, I'm talking like the foam kind.
Okay. Yeah. Those are fine.
Yeah. The extreme possums get little like weighted ones. I'm extreme possum. I have a nectarine.
Yeah.
We're really testing my knowledge of fruit right now. Pretty impressive.
Don't ask me.
What color is a nectarine? Shoot. So
I think yellow or orange. I think you could have figured that out, man.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself more.
There's another one that's like a plum, but not quite like a plum. What's that one?
Persimmon. I just sounded like the biggest fucking nerd on the planet.
The way that Felicia showed up to the mic in that moment, too, was like answering a game show. It was Slumdog Millionaire. It was the final question.
I had like an adrenaline rush. I was like, I got so excited. I think it's just because I was like, oh, I remember the name of the fruit. Pomegranate? Persimmon?
I think there's a magic persimmon that's on very high up, and you have to do some dastardly things to get to it. But if you're able to capture the persimmon, you get a free summer pass or something.
Wow.
It's really hard to get up there. Maybe all your race entry fees are like free for a year. And I think that it would be fun if one of them was like, you have to team up, because possums, like, I don't think like adults hang out a lot, but like, you know, if you're possum babies, you're like, mom's a bus, you know?
Yeah.
So like, what if this is like like we've set it up to be so competitive, but what if also it's secretly like possums are about family.
Wait, maybe to leave the high ropes course, you need to have 12 people all get on zip lines. That's shaped like a possum, and you hang from the bottom, and you all have to go together. That's awesome.
Yes! That's
fucking
great.
Awesome. I love
that's
that.
great. That's good.
I just love that visually. It's crazy. 12 adult people hanging off the bottom of a possum. Whee!
And it's playing like really intense adventure music, like very Indiana Jones, like campy adventure music. Wow. What's a horrible thing you want? Well, it doesn't have to be horrible. Let me rephrase that. What's a silly thing in the air you'd love to have happen? How can we make it happen?
On the zip line, or do you just mean another part of the high ropes course? Another part of the high ropes course.
The zip line could still like lead to. We could have multiple zip lines too. That can be the final one, but we could have them like bridge to different sections.
Yeah, the zip line's the end, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you have to traverse a possum. As you are the baby, you have to learn how to traverse over a possum.
What if it's one of those things where it's like the rolling log, so to speak?
Yeah,
but it's this very furry, thick, fur situation.
I was just thinking it was a big possum that there's some little handholds on that you just kind of got to scrabble up and scrabble down.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Yeah. I like that.
And the rolling logs could just be logs. They do interact with wood, I would assume.
That's fair. It could be a stormy night in the tree.
Oh, yeah.
And then they're like going down the logs and stuff. I think there should be a section where you have to. No. Well, you see, no. Like jetpack came to mind, and that's ridiculous. But like if there was a fake jetpack, what if the possum. You have to run away from a dog. I think you got to run away from a dog.
Okay.
So it's an employee who's really good at this course, dressed up like a pug,
like
of some
a full
sort.
fursuit.
Full fursuit.
Wow.
Red glowing eyes.
Wow.
You must outrun the dog, and many people can't.
Yeah.
They lose all their plums.
Yeah.
Eventually the dog takes a nap, and then that's when people are able to go somewhere.
I see.
But not until I think sometimes there's a cat too. We'll keep it fun and spicy. Dog,
you never
cat,
know.
Just depends. Depends
on the day.
No. Well, it would be silly if Henry Pissdog had done this course before on his like owner's back or something. I could see him in little goggles.
Just as a side note, Henry Pissdog did this once.
He got the persimmon. It was crazy. I think a catapulting feature as well would be quite hilarious.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Because you're harnessed in. They just kind of shoot you. And you fly. And maybe go into like not quite a Velcro wall or something, but I feel like a flinging element.
Sure.
I think that the person who owns this was like into like their own kind of like.
I feel like we're making a Wii game.
Oh my god,
this feels very Wii game. All of it.
It also could become like a Pokemon weird sub thing at any point. Like Clefairy could be the one who's dressing up as a dog chasing everybody. Pichu is trying to get through the low ramps and keeps getting lost.
In the circle.
In the circle. Yes.
So the image that just came to my head was a big bucket of corn, and I don't know what we want to do with that. Just dry kernels.
You know, we have a lot of people falling. What if they fall in certain things?
Corn.
They could fall in some corn.
Maybe they help cushion your fall.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's their thing. They're like, well, you shouldn't fall. So this is here to catch you, but like, you know, think about it.
Think about it.
There's one where you can fall in a bunch of pudding. Sounds like a dream, but is it?
Yeah. Possums get dirty. That's their whole thing. So if you don't want to live the possum life, you have to get comfortable. And remember,
are you a possum pal?
Yeah. You go through basically a car wash where you get washed by your possum mother at the end. So it's fine.
Yeah.
You get slapped with the big the big tongue that's at the car wash.
If you can't hang with a possum, you can't hang with us.
Exactly.
And that's it. That's that possum power we're talking about.
This place hosts the worst summer camps. I just want to say that. And
It does. I was about to say, is this connected to a summer camp, like it's funneled in?
I think so.
Or do they host it? Yeah.
I don't know if I want to go into the details of the summer camp. But I don't.
No,
it's
can
not
just be
bad.
they're
It's not
there.
evil. It's not an evil summer camp. It just kind of sucks a little bit.
Yeah.
No one's heart's really in it. It was clear the summer camp came second.
Yeah. It really was about getting the high ropes course. And maybe that's why they opened it to the public, because the camp is not doing great.
Yeah. And they're just like they're just throwing shit at the wall where they're like Taylor Swift themed camp. And they're like, huh? Okay, sure. You know?
Yeah. They don't really, it's just a bunch of blonde wigs.
On the possums.
They're like, don't you all want to be Taylor is Possum Swift? Possum Swift?
They commission a like 20-foot blonde wig for the big possum. Plum the Possum's been decked out in her newest gear for this year's Taylor Swift summer camp.
So what happens when a nearby real horde of possums start congregating
Over the corn and the pudding?
over the corn and the pudding? And so we're unexpectedly seeing the occasional daytime possum.
Wow.
Or thinking they're part of like the decor, but it's just a possum that's playing dead. We should do something with playing dead.
Absolutely. That is like their whole thing, huh?
That is their whole shebang. Okay, many options, and I don't think we have to limit ourselves.
Right.
When someone falls and they go in the corn, they have to play dead for like 5 minutes. You can't get it. And if you're just dangling in the air, you just have to dangle in the air.
Play dead in the pudding.
Because if you like act alive, they're not going to come get you.
Yeah.
So you have to play dead, and then that's when the workers come get you.
I
and
think
then
someone
you're back.
wrote a really like sad blues song called "Playing Dead in the Pudding." That's just about this high ropes course. Just an experience they had when they were like 14.
Playing dead in the pudding. I felt
Actually, no.
myself
This is what a girl wrote
fire.
during the Taylor Swift summer camp, based on her experiences being forced to run the high ropes.
And that girl became Phoebe Bridgers. Isn't that crazy?
Exactly.
Isn't that crazy how that works?
I like that. I think that's a great concept. I think we could also do something more with Playing Dead. I did picture they have like a big platform that they slide between the two, and you have to play dead to get on it, and then they're just sliding these people playing dead on this big platform like 30 feet. It just really it tickled me to think of.
I like that. So they're just like flopping
Like
around.
like a crime scene cutout
Oh, yes.
on a platform.
I like it.
Just ferrying.
Well, then it
You know, why
sucks is
not?
when you're playing dead, people are stealing
You
your
can't-
plums. Like you
And you
can't
also can't-
fight back.
Yeah, your plums will fall. You can't do anything, and you can't look at the pretty sights. They put it on the most scenic part of the course, and most people would love to sit there and enjoy the view, and you literally can't.
No.
You're not allowed.
It's like, because you know what? Possums are like,
Because they will
They don't have
confiscate
the
a plum
pretty
if you stop acting dead. So,
yeah.
also,
100%.
what did we establish? What happens if you keep all the plums by the end? Like,
You get a reward,
okay,
but maybe
I
you
see.
just don't get punished. That's also an option.
Okay, what would the punishment be? And I don't.
What
know
if this
I
was like
wanna
a
ask
corrective
that
summer
question.
camp?
No, let's not. Well, I'm not opening that
not
can of
doing
worms.
that.
We're
No,
not
we're
doing
not
that.
doing that.
We're not.
We're not doing that.
We're not entering that horrible industry. But
Good God, no. But
I think you get a reward.
yeah, I think you get the golden plum, maybe, and then you get a little,
Yeah.
I don't know, fun stress ball, but it's gold.
There are some
and they still call it a
people
plum.
who just dump all their plums at the first hole because they're like, I don't want to have to think about this. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I just don't want to have to worry about this. I don't want this golden plum, and they
Yeah.
won't let you not take the golden plum.
Yeah.
You have to take it, and it's not cool. It's literally just a gold ball.
Yeah, it's not, and then you never, I don't think, this is interesting. I don't think people too much are like, let's actively choose to go to the Possum High Ropes course. It's more like, this is where the field trip took everybody, or this is what the work retreat team bonding is going to be. Like, it's
I'm gonna say something controversial. I don't know if this is in Clatfartburg city limits. I actually think this is outside of Clatfartburg city limits. It's still within our purview, but I think it's like a 30-minute drive. But there's nothing like it in Clatfartburg.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that makes
So
sense
it
if
is
it's
the
doing the
closest.
corporate retreats, like I was
Right, like,
saying,
I
and
feel
stuff
like-
that. Like I could see that not being like in Clatfartburg.
It's not technically, but they're like, we're near Clatfartburg because they don't want you to see that Faxville postal code.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not to remove our credibility, Faxville is the neighboring and rival town of Clatfartburg. It's normal, we're allowed, okay?
We're allowed.
If people
we're allowed.
can drive to it from Clatfartburg, is it not a part of Clatfartburg? Technically, no, but spiritually? Also,
Well, if
no.
you're now entering Clatfartburg, that does mean you're coming from somewhere.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's all encompassing.
For sure.
Well, okay, I've had it in my head since the beginning, so I just have to say it out loud,
Yeah.
and then we can move on. I do think that they have done a performance of cabaret in the high ropes before. As
Okay. Kind of like
I just
like a
love-
space-based theater, immersive, experimental.
yeah. Or maybe like a
I
Broadway
loved
medley
when at the end of
situation.
Cabaret, Sally Swan dives into the pudding
Yeah.
at the end of her song. And it was unfortunate that she fell off the zip line marsupial at the end of
Oh,
Mine Hair. That was
yeah.
unfortunate.
Yeah. So they never did
She's
that
just on the Play Dead platform going back and forth through all of Mine Hair and just pushing herself off.
And the question is like, are you also watching it from up high and you're just like harnessed in, or are you like down below just
You're
like,
on the
looking
ramp.
up at like you're on the ramp.
It's
So you're like a couple feet. It's an immersive experience of cabaret. It's like if a haunted house wasn't haunted and it was just cabaret
yeah. I like
and
it.
possums. Why not? You know.
Is there any other show we think they did? Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I think A Midsummer's Night Dream would go hard. I think
That
would
would
be great.
actually go really hard.
That would
I
go
think so,
really
too.
well. You could have the fairies on the upper course, and you could have all the other action on the bottom. I think that
Yes.
would work well. Not to say bottom, just a you know, a little joke for you Shakespeare heads out there. That was totally intentional. Really sucked.
Oh,
That and
boy.
Persimmon low moments for me today.
I think Persimmon was a high moment for you.
Was it? It felt good in the moment, but the second after I said it, I went, oh, you know.
Well, you know. Anyway, so you know.
It was just how excited I was to say it. I wanted to call myself a dweeb, you know?
I mean, I was the one who was asking what the fruit was. I don't know what fruit be doing, so
I know.
it's okay. Well,
And it's
you
okay,
know,
and being a dweeb is fine. And that's the lesson of their other summer camp.
yeah, like it's
Nerd
nerd
Central.
possums. So like one
Yeah.
possum is really into. We have the gamer possum, and then we have the anime possum, and then we have the maybe we have a K-pop possum, K-popsum,
K-popsum.
K-popsum, and it's a little
Wow.
possum band. Oh, and they dance.
That's sweet.
It sounds like it'd be cute, but then is it just adults dressed as possums though?
Right.
There's
Is
a
this
little
getting into some
animation,
sort of
right?
Five Nights
'Cause
at
I think
Freddy's territory?
Yeah, see, this is I think like you know what this place's problem is, that it has a lot of cute ideas, but unfortunately the only way to execute it is through human actors based on their
Yeah.
situation, because you know I don't think they can afford an animation like artist to like do,
And they
a
don't
lot
have the
of-
Clatfartburg animatronic discount. They're not
No,
eligible
so, like,
for the
they're-
Clatfartburg animatronic subsidies. So they
Can
have
you-
to pay out of
this-
pocket.
this place with an animatronic possum.
It's their white whale. They need this.
It's they're begging for it. They can't afford Way Domino. They're trying their best, but yeah, I think they have a little fund, and like that's why they do the possum runs. They're like, we're actually the saving up like you know your race like
Yeah.
fee. We're gonna get Plum.
Yeah,
the
I think-
possum.
Edgar Edgars Jr. is the 3-time Possum Run champion, and he his streak did stop when he got put on house arrest with his father.
Yes. Now, I wonder if he has a friend who's doing the possum races and he has an earpiece and a little GoPro.
He has ordered a possum suit to complete anonymously.
I mean, because I'm sure they could find a way to get the ankle monitor off. I believe in the Edgars
Edgars absolutely could figure that out. Edgar Edgars knows that. Junior's...
And maybe this is a weird, like, father-son
bonding time where he's like, I'm going to break off your ankle monitor so you can compete in the possum run. Because it was the only moment I was ever proud of you. Was when you came home with that golden plum.
But then the second Edgar Edgars Jr. is out there, he's like, well, isn't it a damn shame that I just watched my son take off his ankle monitor and then escape?
Yeah, he changed. He calls it a locksmith to change the locks on his house as soon as he gets out.
He's like, I understand if I have to do house arrest, but I'm not doing it with my son. And if he gets arrested as a possum, it has to go to a bigger jail than just this house. Oh no. But he can't come back. He could sleep on the roof. He is a possum after all. Wouldn't that be something? So I think horrible things are still happening. But yeah, no, okay, well then it's the possum run. What if this is the possum run that's going to finally get them enough money to get not only the animatronic possum, but there is someone there from ESPN2 who is surveying to see if this is worth it. Big deal. Big deal.
Big deal. This is their big day.
Oh boy. So they line up. It's, I don't know how long this course takes. Maybe it's like 11:30 p.m. So it's dark. We begin.
Well, no, it takes hours because of they're doing this upside down for the official possum runs, correct? And at midnight.
Yes.
So there has to be breaks in between each segment.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So it takes quite a while.
That's true.
But they stagger them so that it doesn't feel that bad for the audience, I think.
Yeah, maybe they have like little in between shows the way they do at baseball games and stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe that's when cabaret happens. A little cabaret Broadway medley.
Yeah. Yeah. Just right for the tone. Exactly.
And ESPN2
and I don't think these
like,
people are not doing, I would say they're not doing the most sensitive production of cabaret that like takes into account the current time period. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying cabaret needs to be updated, just to be clear. I'm like a deep cabaret fan. Like it is my second favorite musical ever. I love it so deeply. I'm just saying, if you're doing cabaret, you got to do it with conviction. And I don't know if these people are, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard when you're like a possum, you know?
Yeah, it's difficult.
It's like...
Is Sally Bowles a possum? Because I don't think I ever thought that. I thought this was a separate theater troupe was coming into the era, but I didn't realize it was possum cabaret.
I think if we do Broadway, maybe for the Broadway medley, where not everyone's a possum throughout cabaret, which I don't know if that would go over well.
Yeah.
But Sally Bowles as a possum I do actually really like, I have to say. I feel like they've done some Les Mis. Do you hear the possums sing? And then they all kind of do a little screech at the end. I think that brings a little something something. And then I think maybe in the middle they do the pardoning of the possum, and they have a real possum who's happy, living the best life.
Who's killing the possums?
No, we're pardoning the possum. It's like what they do at Thanksgiving where they pardon a turkey and they're like, we're going to keep you alive.
Because that means that other possums are getting killed. Are they killing other possums?
Maybe it's well, it could be the honoring. Maybe it's the metaphorical death of the possum racers, but we can just rephrase that to
it's the possum run queen. They get a random possum from the woods and call them the possum run queen.
Chosen by Plum herself. And they're all possums because guess what, guys? On site is a possum rehabilitation
That's amazing.
center.
That's actually great. Yeah.
Yes,
okay, and then can the giant... What were you going to say? Do your thing.
I was just going to say they have a really, really tall cage, and you just see them climbing up the fence, so they're in the high ropes with you, essentially. It's scary because possums. I don't think they're super cute. I'm sorry. I'm not one of those people. They scare me. They actually scare me.
I actually like it. I do think there's a really spooky moment when the possum queen is chosen, that they pump like a giant speaker through the giant 30-foot tall plum possum's mouth to be like, I've chosen you, my daughter, to be the queen of this possum run. Bless these competitors. Or enjoy your reign for the next fortnight before the next Possum Run. These are fortnightly, by the way. And this happens so frequently. No, I'm joking. I think it is yearly. But imagine these were happening every month.
After they debut on ESPN2, so much
the
changes.
frequency does up.
The frequency ups. They're able to add an additional play pond for the possums in the rehabilitation center. Most importantly, we get our animatronic possum, our animatronic Plum. And no, possums don't get adopted, because I was like, wouldn't it be cute if that year the queen got adopted? But you don't really adopt a possum.
But that's not, no. Yeah.
Maybe it's her last hurrah before she's set back into the wild, because she's ready to go.
That's very sweet.
She learns how there's not vines. I was like, she learns how to zip line from watching everybody do it, but I don't really imagine Clatfartburg. Maybe we are in an area where there's vines between the trees. She uses the power lines. So she's
the famous zip-lining possum.
Like,
oh boy. Okay.
wow.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Is it past our
the high
bedtime?
ropes courses. I think that's it. I think we did it.
Okay, well, we went through a lot, Felicia, so let's just break it down for everybody. We have a ramp. It goes in a circle, and it's painted fun colors.
And you may say, how could a ramp go in a circle? Don't worry, Elaine really explains that in a lot of detail.
Don't worry, you can go back. There's timestamps. There's the pole you go up that has pegs on the side, and then you immediately are jumping between quote-unquote trash cans, which is just a rope with a little frisbee at the end, and you're swinging around for your life. There's a couple of other situations
you
that
avoid
happen.
cars. You get chased by cats or dogs.
Yes.
You have to play dead on a platform. There's some rolling logs. You have to scrabble up a mommy possum. Oh, hated that. You have to scrabble up a mother possum.
Mm-hmm. You have to try to get the revered persimmon if you can do it. You get the
yes, and I mean, you
season
can't forget
pass.
about the plum management that's going on here, because you have a work belt with 5 plums that if you lose all of them, you don't get a special prize, which is the golden plum, which is kind of lame. And then
people are attacking you the entire time to get more plums.
To
You're
get
getting
more
attacked
plums.
the entire time. Yes,
and then you get to the end. You get on top of you grab onto your zip line with 12 other people underneath the mother possum and you zip back down to the ground. And that's it. Do we want an official name for this place, or is it just like Plum's Possum Run?
Maybe it's like Plum's Possum Palace. Plum's Possum. Plum. It could just be Plum's Possum High Ropes Course. Something like that.
Yeah.
Simple. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what you do.
We'll see what this is why I was like, I immediately have to figure out which way is possum, because if I didn't put the opossum and Felicia was thinking opossum the whole time, this could tear the entire podcast apart.
It would break down.
Like,
I mean, I'd almost said, do we need to have a conversation about how Flippini is spelled? But then I realized I don't know either. So
I think we both have done it the same way, which has worked out.
Yeah. I think we've changed
know.
our minds a few times.
And I don't see his birth certificate. Who cares?
Doesn't
When
matter.
I'm talking, not spelling,
Exactly.
That's
Well, thank you everyone so much for visiting Clatfartburg. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'm proud of us for finally getting this off of our list to do. Not that
I
it was
feel
a
like it
burden.
needed to
I very much
happen.
enjoyed the Possum High Ropes course. I now will never have to look at High Ropes course again and go, now what do we do with that? We know now. It's possum themed. If you have any suggestions, thoughts, comments, concerns, you can email them to us at clatfartburg@gmail.com. And if you want more content from us, you can go to clatfartburg.com, where we have lots of fun bonus content. We should be releasing the second Twilight commentary track this month shortly. It should be out by the time this episode is out. Yeah.
I fell into the pudding. I'm playing dead into the pudding. Bye.
Bye.